F B23. Next F K23. Okay, FK23. Okay, this is the free body diagram at node 2. Four opposing forces are there, applied force is 0. Okay, now, okay, so I will take one snapshot here. Okay, snapshot is over. I will remove the video. Okay, now this is the free body diagram. Now, so these are the opposing forces at node. Sorry, 3. Yeah. These are the opposing forces at node 2. Okay, FM2, B2, 23, and B23, K23. Okay, so you know the differential equations. You can write down. Here B2, K23, and B23 are in between the nodes. That's why differential values you must consider. So according to Newton's second law, opposing forces equal to the applied forces. Okay, so you can write down this differential equation. Okay, so this is the differential equation which governs the body. Okay, governs the given body at node 2. Okay, now let us write down the free body diagram at node 3. Okay, so at node 3, so I will not erase this, I will draw here. uh, this is my talent. Is my screen visible? Yeah, it is visible. Okay, at node 3, M3. Okay, displacement is x3, velocity is v3. Okay, applied forces are 0, so opposing forces F M3 F B3 F B2 3. One more force is there. F K 2 3. Okay, FK23. So this is the free body diagram. Four opposing forces are there. Applied force is 0. Okay, so M3. Okay, so this is it. M3, V3, B23, K23. Okay, four opposing forces. Okay, so you know the differential equations. Okay, so according to Newton's second law, opposing force is equal to the applied force. So substitute all the equations. Now all these three equations, equation number 3, 2, and 1, are in terms of displacement. In terms of displacement x. In terms of x, that is displacement. Okay, replace displacement by velocity. V is equal to dx by dt, that you already know. Okay, so dv by dt is d square x by dt square. Okay, integrating on both sides, you will get x equal to integral of v dt, which we have already discussed. Okay, so you just write down this equation. I will write equation for this in terms of velocity. M3 d square x by dt square means dv by dt. So dv3 by dt plus v3 into d by dt of x means v. So v3 into v3 minus v1 plus B 2 3 into d by dt means V. So B 2 B3 into V3 minus V2 plus okay K23 K23 into x means integral of V dt. So integral of V3 minus V2 dt. Okay, I hope it is visible. Okay, V2 dt equal to 0. Okay, equal to 0. This is what it is. Okay, I have written for one equation. You can write down for the other two equations also. So I will show here M3 dV3 by dt V3 V3 minus V1 B23 V3 minus V2 K23 integral of V3 minus V2 dt equal to 0. Okay, for equation 1, 2 and 3 you have written all these equations. This you have replaced the displacement by velocity. You have got these equations. Okay, now we will write down force voltage analogous circuit equations and force current analogous circuit equations, and we will compare those equations with these equations. Those will be similar with this. Okay, so let us draw the force voltage analogous circuit. Okay, so there are three nodes in the given system. Since three nodes are there, definitely there will be three meshes. Okay, three masses are there. Nodes means masses. Okay, there are three masses are there. So since there are three masses, definitely there will be three meshes or loops. Okay, so a thought came to me that I can do one thing. I will go back. Okay, I will go back and I will insert a slide here. I will go to the first slide. Where is my first slide? I will copy this so that it will be more clearer to you. I think so. Okay, I have copied the figure here. I am moving it upward. I will go to the next slide. I will copy this. If I am able to show both the mechanical system and the electrical system in this same slide, it will be more easy for you to understand, I think. Okay, instead of drawing. Okay, I'm drawing. My drawing is very messy using this mouse. I'm trying to teach you people. Okay, so before that. Okay, so first of all, from the table, analogous electrical analogous table, electrical to mechanical analogous table, you must know voltage is analogous to current. Okay, voltage is analogous to current. Okay, I'm sorry. Are electrical, isn't it? Sorry. Velocity is something is happening to my mouse. I was concentrating on that. Okay. So that's why I spoke something. Well, velocity is analogous to current. Mass is analogous to inductance L. And this elasticity is analog K is analogous to 1 by C and B is analogous to R. Okay. From the table. Okay. So if you know all these, okay. So from the table, this is velocity, not voltage. Sorry. Okay, velocity is analogous to current. Okay, so voltage and current both are electrical, not mechanical. One should be electrical, one should be mechanical. Okay, so here now, if you see here in this circuit, so initially let us start with M1. Okay, let us start with M1 pen. Let us start with M1. Okay, so mass is analogous to what? L. Okay, mass is analogous to L. So L1. So I have drawn L1. Okay. So mass is connected to a reference. K1 and B1 are also connected to the reference. K1, B1 are connected to M. So what is K1? K1 is 1 by C. I have already told you. Whenever capacitance is 1 by C, you must connect it in series. So to L, connect capacitor in series. No need to draw like this. Okay, I am starting with M1. So I can draw inductor L1. Next I am considering K1. K1 is 1 by C, so I can draw a capacitor here, C1. Okay, next what is B1? B1 is R1. I can draw, okay, I can draw R1. Okay, so here in this circuit it is in the downward direction. I can draw in this way also. It is not going to change anything. Okay, it is not going to change anything. Okay, I'm erasing all links. Okay, so I'm starting with M1. Okay, M1 is in L, so I have drawn L, and next to M1, K1 is connected. K1 is nothing but 1 by C1, so I can draw C1. I can connect in series to that. Okay, here resistor is here. It's okay. After M1, I can consider B1 is R1. Okay, so all these three elements are connected here. M1, K1, B1 is nothing but L1, R1 and C1. Okay, so these are connected in series. Okay, so there should be three loops here. Okay, so now if you observe this M1 is in between M1 and M2, B2 is there. In between M1 and M3, B3 is there. What is B2? B2 is R2. Okay, and B3 is R3. Okay, so if you observe, B3 is towards B3 is nearby to this K1 and B1 and all whatever it is. Okay, so here we must consider both B2 and B3, which are common to M1. So to loop 1, R2 and R3 should be common. Okay, that's why we are connecting. So actually R2 is common to both loop 1 and loop 2. Okay, R3 is common to loop 1 and loop 3. B3 is common to loop 1 and I'm calling it as loop. Okay, you can call it as loop. No need to call, actually it is the mass. Okay, just for understanding purpose I'm telling. Okay. Okay, actually it is mass. So B3 is common to loop 1 and loop 3, you can say. So R3 is common to loop 1 and loop 3. Okay, R2 is common to loop 1 and loop 2. Okay, that's why draw R3 and R2. Okay, which are common to, this is loop 3 and this is loop 2. That's why actually whenever a 3-loop system, whenever we want to draw a 3-loop system, what comes to our mind is we will draw in this way, isn't it? 3-loop system. This is what comes to our mind. But if you observe, if this is R2, okay, if this is R2 and if this is R3, okay, if this is R3, I am drawing extraordinarily. Okay, this is R2, this is R3. If you observe, R2 is common to loop 1 and loop 2, but R3 is common to loop 2 and loop 3, isn't it? R3 is common to loop 2 and loop 3, but here in this case, in this given system, R3 is not common to 2 and 3, it is common to 1 and 3. That you must keep in your mind. This is loop 1. Okay. This is loop 1. Okay, this is loop 2, this is loop 3. Okay, so that you must keep in your mind, and based on that you must draw the circuit now. Okay, so this is not our circuit, this is wrong. Okay, whenever 3-loop system, whenever 3-loop comes to our mind, we usually think like this. Okay, so but if you draw like this, it is a mistake. Why? Because R3 is not common to 2 and 3, it is common to 1 and 3. So 1 and 3 means definitely R3 should be here. R3 should be here. Okay, it is not necessarily R3 should be here. You can draw R2 also. Here you can draw R3. You can draw. It is not going to change anything. Okay, only the thing is R3 should be common to. So what will happen if I draw like this? The terms in this loop will come here. The terms in this loop will come here. That's all. Nothing is going to change. Okay, that you must remember. Okay, so you must have, if you have clarity on what you are doing, you will not confuse. Okay, now So now it is clear, I think. For R2 is common to loop 1 and loop 2. R3 is common to loop 1 and loop 3. Now let us go to loop 2. Loop 2. Loop 2 means M2. M2. Okay. So M2, what is M2? Okay. What is M2? M2 is L2. M2 is nothing but L2. Okay. So which is not connected, which is not common to anything. So, but if you see in between M2 and M3, two terms are there, M2 and M3. Okay. So what are they? B23 and K23. B23 is what is it? R23. K23 is 1 by C23. So 1 by C23 and R23, definitely they will be in series. Definitely they will be in series because this is 1 by and this is not 1 by. Okay, these two will be definitely in series, which are common to loop 2 and loop 3. So first you have to draw the common terms. Why? Because you have already drawn the common term here and it is understood that loop 3 will be here. Okay, after drawing the common term, write down the M2. M2 is nothing but L2. Okay, now what is left over? M3 is left over. Now draw the M3 in loop 3. M3 is nothing but here L3. I hope you have understood. So this slide, I am going to delete this slide. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Anybody can unmute yourself and ask me. If anybody, if you have doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, okay, anybody can unmute because I am going to delete this slide now because it is just to explain you people. I have taken this slide. I'm selecting this slide and deleting. Anybody can ask me anything you want. Nothing? Okay, I'm deleting that slide. Okay, so now you have seen how to draw the electrical circuit. Okay, you have seen how to draw the electrical circuit. Okay, now when you have three loops here, so you apply Kirchhoff's voltage law in each loop and determine the Kirchhoff's voltage law differential equations. Okay, so first let us consider loop 1. Is there any source? Okay, source voltages are 0. Only the voltage drops are there in each loop. So write down the voltage drops of each loop. In loop 1, L1, R1, C1, R3 and R2 are there. So L1, R1, C1 terms in terms of voltage. Okay, voltage across the inductor, voltage drop in the resistor, voltage across the capacitor, R2 voltage drop, R3 voltage drop. Okay, equal to 0. No sources are there. Similarly, loop 2, loop 2. This is loop 2. In this R2 is there, C23, R23, L2. So L2, R2, C23 and R23 equations, voltages across these elements. Okay, across these elements, voltages summation equal to the applied voltage is 0. Similarly, go to loop 3. Here R3 is there, C23, R23 and L3 is there. So here applied voltage is 0. Okay, only voltage drops and storages are the voltage will be stored in the, not voltage, of course, yeah, voltage is stored in the capacitor, current will be stored in the inductor. Okay, so voltage across the inductor, voltage across the capacitor, and voltage drop across the resistor. Okay, that you must write it down. Now, I'll compare these three equations with this mechanical equations 4, 5, 6, which are in terms of velocity. Okay, which are in terms of velocity, compare them. Okay, just write the and you just write down the statement that they are similar. That's all. That's what you have to write. You can compare both the equations will be almost similar. Okay, they are similar. Okay, differential equations are similar to each other. Okay, now let us go for the force current analogous circuit. So you know the table already. There is a table given to you. So from that table, you just write down these terms. Velocity is analogous to the voltage, mass is analogous to the capacitance, and K is analogous to 1 by L, and friction is analogous to 1 by R. Okay, so if you remember these analogous terms, okay, you can draw this analogous circuit. Okay, once again, I'm going to take the electrical circuit, mechanical and electrical circuit. Okay, I'm going to insert a slide here. I'm going to take the mechanical circuit. Okay. I'm going to write it, paste here. It is visible here, but it is not visible here. Why? I don't know. Something is wrong, huh? Something is wrong. Okay. Now electrical, this. What happened? I have copied and pasted. Then copy, copy. It is already, okay. Okay. Now I have to write down the force, current, electrical, analogous circuit. I have to draw it and write down the differential equations. Okay. So force current, for in order to draw the force current analogous circuit, I must look at this mechanical system. I must see how many masses are there. So there are three masses. Okay. So there are three masses. Okay, so three masses are there, M1, M2 and M3. Three masses are there, so there will be three nodes. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Three nodes will be there. Okay, so what is M? M is M is analogous to capacitance. Okay, so M is not analogous to 1 by C, it is analogous to C. So definitely through the node it will be connected in parallel to the uh, other elements. Okay, and another term is K1 and B1. What is K1? 1 by L, and B2, B1, sorry, not B2, B1 is 1 by R. Okay, so 1 by R1, of course, 1 by L1, of course. Okay, 1 by means they should be actually in nodal analysis. Okay, so 1 by means they must be connected in parallel. Okay, so this is not 1 by, so it should be connected in parallel. So all these three elements should be connected in parallel to node 1. M1 is nothing but, and node, not M1 is not the node, of course. Okay, at node 1. Okay, velocity, okay, voltage, velocity is analogous to the voltage. So okay, so at mass 1, velocity is V1, velocity is V1. Okay, so velocity is analogous to voltage V1. So we at node 1, voltage V1, C1, L1, R1 are connected in parallel. Why they are connected in parallel? You must have clarity. Okay, why they are not connected in series? Why they are connected in parallel? Okay, it is 1 by L1, 1 by R1. Therefore, it should be connected in parallel. Okay, all these three elements are connected in parallel here now. Okay, now so let us see this B3 and B2. Okay, B3 and B2. Okay, so what is B3? B3 is 1 by R3. Okay, 1 by R3, and B2 is 1 by R2. Okay, so through this node, one element should be R2. See, through this node, same node, one another element should be R3. That you must remember. Okay, so here it is not the mesh. Okay, in the earlier case, it was the mesh loop. Okay, it was the mesh or the loop. Okay, to that loop, common loops you must consider. Okay, so I think you remember what I have explained till now. Okay, here you must consider the nodes. Okay, in this case you must consider the nodes. Okay, so to node 1, M1, K1, B1 connected in parallel, M1, K1, B1, these three elements, and to node 1, B3, B2 are also connected. B3, B2 are nothing but 1 by R2 and 1 by R3. So connect R2 to this node and R3 to this node. Okay, R2 is connected between node 1 and node 2, isn't it? R2 is connected between node 1 and node 2. So consider this is node 2. This is node 2. Consider node 2 here. That is V2. Node voltage V2 here. Okay. add a node to M2 is connected. What is M2? M2 is nothing but C2. Okay, at node 2 connect C2. Now up to here it is over. Up to here it is over. I think it is clearer to you. Up to here it is clearer to you. Okay, and we know another element is there, R3. Okay, R3 is there, it is going somewhere. Okay, somewhere else. Now we also know K23 and B23 are common between M2 and M3. So if this is one node, this is one node, in between these two nodes, K23 and B23 are connected. Okay, what is K23? K23 is 1 by L23, R23 is 1 by R23. 1 by R and 1 by L means they should be in parallel. So 1 by L, these two are in parallel. Okay, no need to draw like this. I can edit this. I can edit this actually. Okay, I can edit this. I will edit in front of you only. Okay, these two are connected in parallel. Okay, so these two elements are between V2 and V3. Okay, this is V3. Let us consider this as V3. So R3 is between V1 and V3. So join. You have, from here you might have drawn one element R3. So now connect it to the V3. At V3, what is there? M3 is there. M3 is nothing but C3. Okay, I hope you have understood. If you have confusion, if you have confusion, you just ask me. Anybody who is unable to understand how to draw the electrical circuit from the mechanical circuit, you just ask me, Amma. You can ask me. Anybody who is unable to follow? So I'm going to modify this so that it will be more clearer to you. Just for your sake, that's all, okay? Just for your sake. Only for your sake, I'm going to modify this circuit a bit, okay, so that you people will not confuse. Okay, I don't want to waste anything. Okay, it's okay, not it is not odd. So I'm going to take this. I want this line. I want to use this line. Okay, for now. Okay. It will be more clearer to you. Without any confusion, you will be able to follow, draw the circuit. Okay, I hope I think I have done my level best here. I'm going to cut this. Okay. Something has happened, I didn't observe. It's okay. So I think this circuit is more clearer to you to understand. Okay. So L23 and okay, here I have missed some. Okay, but I didn't observe here. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I can manage. I want L23. I want L23. I want this term R23, not L23. I want this R23 to go here. I hope this circuit is more clearer to you, okay, than the previous circuit. Okay, so I'm removing this and I'm pasting this. So this is more clearer to you, I think. Okay, I'm saving it. Okay, now you have this circuit. Okay, so what you can do is you can write down the nodal equations. Okay, so three nodes are there. Okay, v1, v2, v3 nodes are there. Okay, so at these three nodes, okay, there is wait. Okay, this is far better than the previous one. There was a bit small gap in the previous circuit, which just now I have observed it. This is what happens. Okay. Okay. Now, so at node 1, you write the you apply the Kirchhoff's current law. Okay, at node 1. Okay, so still few more modifications I want to do, but it is consuming more time. That's why I'm not doing that. So at node 1, the entering currents. Okay, the entering currents are due to so actually there is no source here. Okay, so no source connected. So you can consider either all the currents are entering at node 1 or all the currents leaving at node 1. So okay, one current is due to C1, other current is due to L1, other current is R1, other current is due to R2, another current is due to R3. I am assuming all the currents at node are entering the node here. Okay, so I can write down the current equations across each element. Okay, I can consider the current equations across each element. Okay, a slight modifications I want to do. One slide more. No, I don't want to. It's consuming more time. Okay, so note down this. You just write down the current equations. Okay, so assume all the currents, current across the capacitor C1 dV1 by dt, current across this resistor, current across this L1 inductor, current across R2. So okay, so here it is in between V1 and V2. So differential voltage by R2 here in between V1 and V3. So V1 minus V3 by R3. Okay, you know all these equations. According to Newton's second, Kirchhoff's current law, the current centering at the node equal to 0. Okay, similarly at node 2. Okay, at node 2, I will expand this. Similarly at node 2, okay, the entering currents, or you assume all the currents are entering or leaving, your wish. So I'm assuming all the currents are entering. One current is due to this L3, one is due to this R3. Okay, that's all. Okay, so one due to R2, due to C2, due to R23, and due to L23. Okay, so this is C2 of pen. Okay, due to C2, due to R2, due to L23, and due to R23, the entering currents. These are all the entering current due to capacitor, the resistor, inductor, and this resistor. Okay, all the currents I am assuming entering, and the source current at that node is 0. So sum of the algebraic sum of all the entering currents equal to 0. According to Kirchhoff's current law. Similarly, consider